Oh, you see, he wasn't there, but he's on his way, you know. So he's probably there now because he called me a day or two ago.
Uh-huh.
And
So he's home, he's back home now.
yeah, and so that we'll have to hear more stories about that. The
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad he. I said I'm glad for him. I hope he doesn't.
oh, I hope it pays off. I hope it does because he said that other was killing him. See, that's night and day call.
Sure.
And this he can control it himself.
Sure.
They so in this and my goodness, who in the world could operate down on a man's throat all the time? And most all of them that come to him are they're on the death list. You know, they're not going to live long with his trouble because they've already killed themselves by smoking or whatever it is. Of course, smoking was most of it. And every time he would, he could make them and keep them alive a little while, but they wouldn't live long.
Yeah.
And that's discouraging. You know, he's no chance to get them to live for good.
Well,
But
something kills us all eventually. I said eventually something will kill all of us.
yeah. Well, see, just like this trouble I had, you couldn't get nobody to work for it because most people died. See, Aunt Sally died with it, and Aunt Agnes died with the same stuff, and because they couldn't do nothing with it. And that's the first doctor I went to. He says, "Mr. Davis, you've had a good life. Why don't you just go on and die?" Because he couldn't fix it. So then, you got me another man family about 2 months, and I went out there. You took me out there, and you heard me. He started talking to me. He says, "I can fix that." I said, "How do you know you can fix it?" "Because I've been doing it for 13 years. I said, "Well, you sold me." Because the other man told me, "Go on and die." You see, and he did it. And then in 2 months, you went over there and redid it. And what has that been, a year and a half? Not a year and a half.
No, it's more like a year.
Huh?
More like a year.
Well, see, I've been here nearly 2 years. It happened since then. Because see, the first man that did it, I was in where was it? I was in a dinner place. The first man that did it, and he fixed it. He did it for it worked temporary, it worked fine, but see, it came back on me.
Yeah.
And this man, he's fixed his very good. The other man might have done it, but he just did it. It was just part of his job.
Yeah.
But he did a good job. And I moved, see. There's funny ways of doing things.
Well, I'll have to call Jim and check up and see what's going on.
Yeah, now, I may be wrong on today, but you might get him today,
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he was able to come home. I hope he doesn't have to go anywhere anymore.
Well, that's what he's trying to quit moving. And that's the reason he made a deal with these people in that town.
Well, uh-huh.
And they've had some, but they've never been satisfactory. And they had 3 when he was talking to them, I think, and 2 of them quit.
Yeah.
And they weren't making it. So he's pretty good in anything he does.
Yeah.
In his other medicine, he did well. It's the people he worked for wasn't doing so good, don't you know? The first time they went up there, when he went up there where I got my money up there. What's that town?
Yeah.
Huh?
Livingston?
Livingston. He went. That was his first job he had in Livingston. They hired him and paid him more money than he was making much more, twice as much as he was making, because see, he had office people, he had a office girl, he had a nurse, he was paying $1,000 a month on his building, and they hired him, paid him twice what he was making, and he didn't have to pay anything. He sold all of his damn equipment.
Yeah.
And they guaranteed it, see, for 4 years. And so he got up there, and they were a bunch of dumbbells. See, he was working with, they had a half a dozen doctors working for them, and so he was just doing that. And a patient would come in there, and the doctors wouldn't send them to him. They'd do it themselves. And of course, they couldn't do it. They wasn't making them live, and they wasn't doing a good job. They were doctors. They're not throat specialists. So he wasn't making any money, but he was guaranteed the money. They had to pay him. So he became unhappy.
Yeah.
And he just told him, said, how much would it cost me to break my account? And they said, oh, we'll pay you so much money to break it themselves. So he quit.
Yeah.
And then he and that killed that. Well, he got into another thing, you know, and they were doing the same damn thing. So then when he got to doing call work, hell, he was making money. He made more money than ever made in the call work. But that's traveling, it's hard work, and it goes in on certain terms, you know, and you have to look for another, but it's plenty of money. He made good money on it. So he was unhappy about it. You know. They didn't know how to do it, but down there he may do it. I have an idea he'll do all right. He don't have to, see, it won't be expensive. He's living there, just drives over. He don't have to go off over here and over there. That's in business all the time. I had the same damn trouble. If you fight them, you don't fight them. You beat them.
Well, we're not going to stay long. We got about a 45-minute drive, so I just want to check on you.
Where are you going now?
To the Canes.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you go to church yesterday?
No, I was working on income tax.
Did you go?
No.
No.
You was
taking the vacation.
We didn't go yesterday.
Yeah.
There was just too much going on, and I was exhausted. I'm very, very tired, and I went to bed early last night, and so I just...
Well, it's miserable here. This has been miserable here. They got a new man head of the kitchen, you know.
Uh-huh.
And hell, yesterday, I like to never got any dinner. Cause see...
What happened to your black lady?
Huh?
What happened to your black lady?
She's still there, but he's taking charge, see? And he I couldn't, and the menus didn't come out. They didn't get them at that. They're supposed to have them out on Friday, and then I go Friday afternoon, and they work them for me, fill them out. See, it has to be worked over.
Sure.
Worked out the week, and so hell, I couldn't get it worked up. I didn't have them. So yesterday, damn, there it was, dinner time. Nobody could work up my cards. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. But man, it was the new man. They just get him. The man the day before they introduced him to me. Why me? I don't know. Didn't introduce anybody else. But I went to him. I said, I need somebody to fix my mate. Oh, he says, we're busy now. That was it. 9 o'clock, you know. I said, well, hell, then that means I don't get any dinner because they don't know what to feed me. Well, you come in here about 11 o'clock. Well, 11 o'clock, hell, it's damn near time to go to dinner. So I went in there at 11 o'clock, and of course, the stupid bastard, they were busy. They were busy. So I just went in the dining room, took my chair, sat down in the damn thing. Of course, he wasn't going to weigh me. And about 12 o'clock, you see, he got where he could come in there and fill it out. There I was, I had to wait there to get my meals. And that made me way up in the afternoon. And but it worked out. So today the same damn thing. Well, it got a hold to like you said, what's her name, and her buddy, and I went up there at 11:30 this morning to get it, and she saw me coming. She went in and got it, fixed it for me. So it worked out fine.
Well,
but you see, it kept me torn up all the damn time. And he said, "Did you want this just for one day at a time?" I said, "No, I don't want it one time. I want it a week." And I mean, just like that. I said, "My goodness, if I had to run you down every day for that," I said, "I want it done, all of it in 1 week." We sat down there and did it. And then, of course, the first thing you know, went down to breakfast, and they brought me what he said. When I got up here, hell, it wasn't no, grape juice. I didn't have any grape juice. I had to mix my stuff with water. Oh God, that ain't worth a damn. But I worked it with water. I couldn't walk down there back and come back up here for water for that. So today, I got it, and I said, and they didn't give me grape juice. They didn't give me another 2 things. They knocked me out of them. So I had to use water again on my food. I couldn't walk down there and dinner was over until. So it's just been a hell of a time to do it.
Maybe you need to check it before you take it out.
How you mean check it?
Well, just
yeah, but I'd have to untie that damn thing.
Well,
try to untie it when you can't see.
Make them untie it.
Where are you gonna get him? He hit it and he's gone.
Yeah.
And so it's just been a hell of a time. This been one more hell of a time. So I've been going down there when they drink coffee and they have cookies. So today I wasn't getting any desserts. So I went down this morning. They had some cookies. I got 4 of them. I got a little thing I carry with me, and I figured I could get 2 of them and then have a good dessert. Well, they cut down 2 things in my dinner, so I put all 4 of them in there. And boy, it was real rich, but it was real good. So.
Well, do you want me to? You want me to buy you a bottle of grape juice just?
Oh no, hell no! If I'm gonna buy